Alright everybody, we are doing another motorcycle test. Well, not a motorcycle test, we're on a motorcycle, clearly. Testing another microphone. Want to see if there's a better sound quality that I can get. You've been following the channel and you know I've been having nothing but freaking issues with microphones and cameras. And every time I think I found the right setup, something goes wrong. So, got my Insta360. We're shooting at 4K 30. Color balance 5500K. I do have the ISO and auto. It seems to do a pretty damn good job. If I knew I would always going to be in one particular setting, then I could go ahead and change it. But I find that if I put a min 100 and max of 200 or 400 or even 800, it's fine until I go into the shade and the sun goes away, and then it gets a little bit dim. Oh, such a lovely bike. Third of a throttle, beautiful little power wheelies. So the trouble I've been having is with the damn microphone is getting the right level to where my voice sounds good. And it always sounds great when you're sitting in the garage or if I'm in the car, whether I'm using the built-in microphone, I'm using the wired, the plug-in microphone. Problem is always as I'm riding, the road noise goes up, the wind noise around the helmet, the buffeting, and you can turn down the wind noise cancellation, but it doesn't really help much. GoPros seems to do a fairly good job. Nobody else seems to have cracked that nut. The biggest problem I have with the DJI and with this and really anything that I've used since I started doing the vlogging is finding a microphone that captures the audio without distorting it. And the reason it distorts it is because it's just too loud. It's got a loud exhaust, there's a lot of wind noise. The microphone picks up so much noise and it just blows the signal out. A lot of the time you use a lapel microphone or something like I'm using the wired microphone. It's because, you're doing an interview, someone's talking, they're, whatever. It's not meant for 115 decibel, It's like putting the microphone right into your mouth and shouting at the top of your lungs into it. When you do that, it's gonna blow out the audio and be distorted. You're gonna get clipping, all kinds of crap. It's gonna sound like shit. So, you can play around with the gain, and problem is you only got so much adjustment. Now the Insta360 does have more adjustment. I can go to negative 12 dB on the DJI and it wasn't even in the ballpark of being usable. And so I went to their wireless setup, which was phenomenal quality because it gave me individual gain control on the camera, on the transmitter, and the receiver. So all three of those could go to negative 12. I don't know if that adds up to negative 36 or if the math is different. I'm not an audio expert. But that did let me go down enough to where the audio was coming out pretty damn crystal clear. It sounded great. But it was a bitch to work with, and if you watch my other videos, I got stuck in the rain, and my $330 microphone got frizzled. It was toast. So not salvageable. Fried it, dried it out, everything, and it was just toast. So, and it was a bitch to use, honestly. It was a lot more wires and pieces, even though it's wireless, it still had wires to connect it to the camera, and then trying to connect the microphone in the helmet because the wireless transmitter didn't fit in the helmet. So I had to use a wired microphone into that, which then transmitted to the receiver, which then had to be wired. So there's actually more wires than a wireless cam setup. then you had to charge all three. So, but it worked. I put up with the inconvenience because it did work really well. And then it fried, and I really like the DJI Osmo Action 3 camera. I think it was just a bit of a step up. You know, the GoPro, when it works, is the best quality as far as video goes. The problem is they're very unstable. They're not reliable at all, especially in Georgia heat. They're just not. The DJI was the next best video quality. Although this damn Insta360 is pretty good. Certainly more than good enough. But the DJI just has that problem with the microphone. So I had to go down to my third choice for a camera, which is still a good choice. It's doing well. Now it's just fine-tuning the settings and finding the right microphone. So what I have now is the Rode LAV 2. So the other ones I had Giant Squids and Purple Pandas, which are like $30 Amazon microphones. This is a $100 microphone. I wouldn't say it's like a $200 Sennheiser or any kind of pro model, but it's considered a quality microphone. And so that's what I am currently using right now, and I'm hoping that this gives me a little bit better audio quality than the Giant Squid. I've had a few glitches with it. I think that the Giant Squid and the Purple Panda, like, they work pretty damn well. The problem is they don't last very long, and I've heard that complaint about them. That, yeah, it works good, and then it just stops working, or one channel goes out. It's like the wires are just flimsy. You know, they're cheap Chinese. Probably costs them all $4 to make. So Rode, you know, they make, you spend up $100 or $80, and you can spend, you know, many hundreds of dollars on their stuff. So they seem to be more of a, maybe not pro grade, but they're definitely more consumer enthusiast grade. So we'll see how this one works. I'm hoping I can get on the gas a little bit, but clearly not here. What is this jack off doing? Why would you slow down to 11 miles an hour? Twat. This is either a new driver or, again, every time there's a turn in the road, she just slams on the brakes. Yeah, we're gonna have to pass her. And people say, don't pass into double yellow. Well, I need to get out and go to speed limit. I want to enjoy my ride. And this woman just slams on the brakes. Jesus Christ, every time the road even hints at a turn. So if there's nobody coming, ugh, idiot. All right, like those Kia headlights. Yeah, I know I drove. Oh, there's a dead animal. I'm glad it wasn't on the side of the tire. I'm not afraid to admit, I actually like some of the Kias. I like the Stinger GT2 or whatever. And I like the Telluride. If you get it really nicely equipped with all the off-road package, all that shit, they're like 60 grand, but they're really, really nice. Make sure I ain't got no gopher grease or gooch grease or whatever on my wheel from running over that. Oh, that was a big fucking bug. Just hit me right in the neck. I'm like, please let it not be like a murder hornet. If it is, then hopefully it died. Yeah, it stings my neck where it hit. Damn. This road probably isn't exciting for people who watch my videos because they're like, oh, I've seen you on this road like a gazillion times. But I am really trying to get on the gas a little bit. I want to go back and hear later how it, can you hear my voice while I'm on the gas. This is one of the best bikes I've ever owned, and that says a lot because I've owned a lot of really nice bikes. Every time you go near the throttle, every time it just comes up. All right, we'll make a right. Just go down a little bit. Ooh, Hull County Sheriff's Department. All right, maybe we'll bring the antics down a little bit. And that's where Officer Mike's like, dude, I'm telling you, cut it out. I never take offense, Officer Mike. I know your heart's in the right place. As being my friend and an officer of the law, I respect your opinion on both, even though I don't always follow your advice. So, I think that's probably enough for a test. I'm gonna let it roll just in case. If I get to a straightaway and there's someone in a sports car that wants to goof around or something like that, I won't have to be sitting there trying to dick around starting the camera up. If there's nothing good after this point, then I'll just end it. In which case, I bid you adieu. Or you can hang out and see if anything exciting happens. I would like to really just get on the gas wide open, like through a couple gears and hear the tone of the exhaust. I want to hear if it starts clipping. I'm going to try to talk while it's happening, because when it clips my voice as well, just from the noise being too loud. It's my microphone pulling a Huey Lewis from whatchamacallit, Back to the Future. Jeez, I'm afraid you guys are just too darn loud. Marty flunked out of the Battle of the Bands audition. I kind of watched that movie again. I haven't seen that movie in probably 30 years. I can pretty much still recite it line for line. Next weekend. All right, so I got to go to Vegas on Sunday for work for a few days. Then I'll be back off, back home. And next Friday, hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be getting my Nitron 3-way adjustable shock and the new stiffer fork springs installed in this bad boy. And getting the suspension really dialed in by the pros up at GM CompuTrack. That is going to make this thing so much nicer. I mean, it's nice to ride now, but it's going to handle like it's a cat on carpet, as they say. Obviously one that hasn't been declawed. Otherwise, that would be a poor analogy. But we'll have that going next Friday. So if I get up there, I'm going to do some video of that install and talk to Kent about what we're doing and why and all that stuff. So you folks that have the same bike and might be in the same weight class as me and want to do a track day here and there and ride it like a retard. Sorry, that's an inconsiderate. I shouldn't use that terminology. Riding it like a Cameron, then you know, you can go ahead and maybe follow that advice and give you some ideas as you consider your suspension setup journey. And then the next day, weather permitting, fingers crossed we don't get freaking rained out, Cameron, Dean, Jake, Nick's friend, Jake's girlfriend Madison, they're already going to be up there, but Donna and I will be going up early Saturday morning up to Deals Gap in the Tail of the Dragon. We got a poolside cabana at Fontana Lodge, or resort, whatever, which is about 15 minutes from the Deals Gap store. So we're going up there Saturday, checking into the hotel, and then we'll be riding around the Dragon and surrounding areas all day. We'll come back to Fontana for dinner or whatever and chill, and then we're going to go ride around the next day and then come home by way of the mountains, come down 129 through Suches and stuff. So if the weather's good, I should have some really good footage of all of us. Dean will be running a camera. I'm sure Nick now has my DJI camera. I don't know if TJ's going. Maybe. We'll see. When a girl asks you to rev the motor, you rev the motor. Oh, another cop. They're out in full force today. All right, let's go. It is hot as shit out today. Right, I'm on E. It's flashing at me. It's 80. Well, it's not crazy hot, but 86 and high humidity on the back of a hot bike with gear on. Black gear that's roasting in the sun. Yeah, it's kind of hot. Come on, people. Let's go. Come on, Audi. Wake up. Ugh. Yeah, don't use your turn signals. Why would you? Tesla, get your shit out the way. Because he's fucking texting. All that technology he has in his car, all the voice commands, the giant iPad screens, all that stuff, and he's got to still sit there with his freaking iPhone 10 texting. The Audi thinks they're fast. Keeps wanting to pull up alongside me and floor it. Probably shouldn't be doing that with an empty tank of gas, but... Well, I did want to go ahead and give it full gas, full throttle, and see what the acceleration or the noise was like. Fast and it's just not. Granted, there's not a big number of cars that would hang with a liter bike, even a naked one like this. All right, I reckon that's about a good enough for a test. Go ahead and shut down.